Welcome back to Snooze Nebula. Go on, get yourself comfortable. Pull the blanket up a little, let your shoulders drop, and let your eyes grow heavy whenever they're ready. There's nothing to do now. Nowhere to be. Just you, a soft voice, and the quiet enormity of space. Tonight, we'll drift through the cosmos together, one gentle fact at a time. No rush. And if you fall asleep long before the end, that's perfectly alright. That's rather the point. So take a slow breath in, and let it go. Let's begin. Let's start close to home, with the moon. That soft gray light in your window has been quietly drifting away from us this whole time. Every year, the moon eases about 3.5 centimeters farther from the Earth, slow as a growing fingernail. Long, long ago, it hung much closer, and filled far more of the sky. And the footprints the astronauts left up there, they're still there tonight. With no wind and no rain to ever disturb them, they may remain for millions of years, pressed gently into the gray dust, perfectly still. The moon even has soft quakes of its own, small tremors in the silence. But mostly, it just floats there, keeping watch over the night side of the world, the way it has for billions of years. Now let your mind wander a little farther, to our sun. Its light is older than you might think. The warmth that touches your face on a summer afternoon left the surface of the sun about 8 minutes earlier, and crossed 150 million kilometers to reach you. And deep in its core, a single ray of light can take thousands upon thousands of years just to bubble its way out to the surface. The sun is so vast that it makes up more than 99% of everything in our entire solar system. Every planet, every moon, every drifting comet, all of it together is barely a rounding error beside the sun. And quietly, every single second, it turns 4 million tons of itself into pure light, and has done so, faithfully, for 4.5 billion years. Drift on with me now, out among the planets. They are stranger and softer places than we often imagine. On Venus, a single day lasts longer than its entire year. The planet turns so slowly, and even spins backwards, that the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. On little Mercury, closest to the sun, a single day, from one sunrise to the next, stretches across 176 of our Earth days. Out on Mars, there's a volcano called Olympus Mons, so wide and so gently sloping that if you stood upon it, you might not even know, it rises nearly 3 times higher than Mount Everest. Farther still floats Saturn, wrapped in its rings. Saturn is so light, so airy for its size, that if you could find an ocean large enough, the whole planet would float in it. And on one of its moons, Titan, there are rivers, and lakes, and soft rains, not of water, but of gentle liquid methane, drifting under an orange sky. On another little moon, Enceladus, warm water quietly fountains up through cracks in the ice, sending a fine mist into space. And far away on Neptune, out in the cold and the dark, a single year lasts 165 of hours. A child born there would wait a whole human lifetime, just to see one birthday. And Jupiter, vast, striped Jupiter, carries a storm called the Great Red Spot. A storm wider than our entire planet, turning slowly, softly, round and round, for hundreds of years. Just imagine it, a calm so large, and so patient, that it has been swirling since long before you, or anyone you've ever known, was born. And circling our own Earth, right now, as you lie here, there is a small space station, looping around the entire world once every 90 minutes. The astronauts aboard it are falling, endlessly, around the planet, and because they come around so quickly, they watch the sun rise, and set, 16 times, every single day. 16 sunrises. 16 slow, golden sunsets, all while the rest of us are sleeping. And far, far beyond the furthest planet, there is thought to be a vast, quiet shell of icy comets, wrapped all the way around our sun, called the Oort cloud. It is so unimaginably far away that a single comet, drifting out there in the cold, may take millions of years to circle the sun just once. Slow, patient travelers, in no hurry at all. Let's drift out further now, past the planets, into the deep quiet between the stars. Out here, space is completely silent. There's no air to carry a sound, so a supernova, the brightest explosion in the universe, would happen without the faintest whisper. And it is cold, breathtakingly cold. In a place called the Boomerang Nebula, the temperature falls to just 1 degree above the coldest anything can ever be. It is, as far as we know, the coldest place in all the universe, colder even than the empty space around it. The stars themselves are gentle giants. Some are so enormous that, placed where our sun sits, they would swallow the Earth, and Mars, and Jupiter whole, without a ripple. And when the largest of them grow old and collapse, they leave behind something extraordinary, a neutron star, so impossibly dense that a single teaspoon of it would weigh as much as a mountain. Some of these spin, softly, hundreds of times every second, sweeping a beam of light across the dark like the slowest, most distant lighthouse. And here is the gentlest truth of all. When you look up at a star, you are looking into the past. That light has been traveling for years, sometimes for thousands, or millions of years, just to reach your eye tonight. Some of those stars may not even be there anymore. You are seeing them as they once were, an old, soft photograph of light. There are more stars out there than there are grains of sand, on every beach, on all of the earth. More stars than you could ever count in 1,000 quiet lifetimes. And every one of those stars belongs to a galaxy, and our galaxy is only one. Beyond the Milky Way, softly glowing in the black, there may be as many as 2 trillion more galaxies, each one holding billions of stars of its own. The universe is not empty. It is simply, vast, and quiet, and full. And far off, our neighbor galaxy, Andromeda, is drifting slowly toward us, so slowly, and so far away, that it won't arrive for another 4 billion years. There is no need to worry. The stars are so far apart that when the 2 galaxies finally meet, they will simply pass through one another, like 2 clouds of light, gently mingling in the dark. And out past all of it, further than any human has ever traveled, 2 tiny spacecraft are still drifting. We called them Voyager. For nearly 50 years they have journeyed outward, each one carrying a small golden record, a handful of our songs, and our laughter, and gentle hellos in many languages, quietly whispering that we were here, out into the dark, long after we have fallen asleep. So as your eyes close now, remember this. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the very atoms that make up you, were all forged, long ago, in the hearts of stars that lived and died before the sun was ever born. You are not separate from all of this. You are a small, warm piece of the universe, resting for a while, looking back at itself. That's enough wandering for one night. Let the stars keep their watch. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to go, just rest, now, and drift. Sleep well. And whenever you're ready, we'll wander the cosmos again. Good night, from Snooze Nebula.